About 6 years ago, my cousin Tyler moved to a tiny town in northern West Virginia called Briar Creek. The place had one gas station, one diner, and rows of old houses sitting beneath massive dead trees. The kind of town where everybody knew each other, and strangers stood out immediately. Tyler only moved there because his uncle left him a small house after passing away. At first, he thought the town was peaceful. That changed during his second week there. He worked late shifts at a warehouse 20 minutes outside town, which meant he usually drove home around 1 in the morning. Every night, he'd pass an old church sitting at the edge of the woods. Behind the church was a narrow dirt road that disappeared into the trees. One night, while driving home, Tyler heard whistling. Not from the radio. Outside. A slow tune. He rolled down the window, expecting maybe someone walking nearby, but the road was empty. The whistling stopped immediately. Tyler brushed it off and kept driving. The next night, it happened again. This time louder. Closer. The same slow melody. He stopped the truck and looked around. That's when he saw a woman standing beside the church fence. She wore a pale gray dress that looked dirty and old-fashioned. Her hair hung over most of her face. Tyler called out to her. "Ma'am? You okay?" She didn't answer. She just stood there completely still. Then she slowly lifted one arm and pointed toward the dirt road in the woods. Tyler got a horrible feeling in his stomach. He drove away immediately. The next morning, he mentioned it at the diner downtown. The waitress froze when he described the woman. An older man sitting nearby quietly said, "You heard her whistle too?" Tyler laughed nervously, thinking they were joking. Nobody else laughed. The old man explained that years ago, sometime in the 1970s, a woman disappeared near those woods. According to locals, people occasionally heard whistling late at night near the church. Some claimed they saw the missing woman standing near the road. Tyler thought it was just another small-town ghost story. Until 3 nights later. He got home around midnight and heard the whistling again. Except this time. It was coming from inside his house. The tune echoed softly from upstairs. Tyler grabbed a flashlight from the kitchen drawer and slowly walked toward the staircase. The house creaked under every step. The whistling stopped. Silence filled the hallway upstairs. Then he heard footsteps moving inside the guest bedroom. Very slow footsteps. Tyler pushed the door open. The room was empty. But the window was wide open. Cold air blew the curtains around while the whistling started again outside. Tyler looked down toward the backyard. The woman stood near the tree line. This time her face was visible. Her eyes looked completely black in the darkness. And she was smiling. Tyler slammed the window shut and locked himself downstairs until sunrise. The next day he told his neighbor everything. The neighbor looked disturbed and asked Tyler one question. "Did she whistle before or after you saw her face?" Tyler said after. The neighbor went pale. Apparently, according to local stories, if you hear the whistle after seeing her face, it means she followed you home. Tyler laughed it off, but deep down he was terrified. Things got worse over the next week. Lights flickered constantly. Doors opened by themselves. Every night around 2 a.m., the same whistling echoed through the house. Then came the final night. Tyler woke up suddenly to the sound of someone whispering his name. He sat up and saw a figure standing at the foot of his bed. The woman. Her head tilted unnaturally to one side. She slowly raised a finger to her lips. Then she whistled that same tune. Tyler said he couldn't move. He just stared at her frozen in fear while tears rolled down his face. Then she whispered something. "You should have followed me." The bedroom door suddenly slammed shut by itself. The lights went out. And when they came back on, she was gone. Tyler moved out 2 days later. The creepy part is this. A month after leaving town, he received a package with no return address. Inside was an old photograph of the church. And standing beside the fence was Tyler, looking directly at the camera. Even though he swears he never took that picture,